In this video, I want to talk about what's next for Mac Jones. How does the next season look, and how does the next couple of seasons look for him here with the New England Patriots? Well, he's a young quarterback. That's so important to note here. Obviously, we're bringing in a rookie, and this isn't some 24-year-old rookie. This is a 22-year-old young quarterback coming in from Alabama. And yes, he is probably one of the better NFL-ready quarterbacks because of his talents and where he's most talented, which is accuracy and decision-making. Those are the two things that usually hold back younger quarterbacks from being great. But he has those two things really, really down and pat. He's been really good at those things, and those are probably his strongest attributes. So I wanted to mention just a few things. I really feel like Mac Jones needs to just sit on the bench all year this year. I feel like that is the best scenario here for the Patriots and for Mac Jones and for us Patriots fans, because we get to see a better Mac Jones and a better Patriots team down the road. I think that anytime a rookie quarterback is thrown into a rookie season starting situation that isn't just absolutely perfect, it doesn't really end up well. And there is some exceptions. Obviously, we had Justin Herbert last season who had a good rookie season. There is even better examples out there and pretty common examples. But I would say 3 out of 4 times, it ends up not going really well. Not for the team that year, and also not for the quarterback's development then and for the future as well. I'm somebody who loves preparing for the future. That is something that just is a part of my character. I love investing. I don't like spending money now. I love saving money for later. And that's my mindset when I think about the Patriots. I would rather us be bad this season, but then be good after this season, than us be good this season and then be bad for the years afterwards. That is how I look at it. And I think probably more than half of you will agree with that statement I just made. I think the effort needs to be made that Mac Jones should not be thrown into a position because we need him. I hate the idea of that, like, oh, we're losing games, let's throw Mac Jones in. I don't think that's going to be the situation this year, but even if it is, I would rather them just stick with Jarrett Stidham and Cam Newton and never touch Mac Jones, especially if our team is in a position where they're losing games and they're not playing well. I especially would not like Mac Jones to come in. The only way I would like Mac Jones to come in is if he is absolutely blowing away the coaches and just outplaying Cam Newton and Jarrett Stidham in the practices to a point, and the team is playing well defensively and offensively, but maybe the quarterbacks aren't playing as well. I would maybe be okay with a position where they bring in Mac Jones into that type of a situation where the team is playing well, he's practicing overwhelmingly great, that it's undeniable that he needs to just come in and play right now. But if it isn't that perfect, 1 in a million type scenario there where everything is just going so perfectly, I would prefer him to take more of a Patrick Mahomes approach where they just kind of didn't even really play him that first season and waited for year number 2. They let him develop that entire first year and 2 full off seasons before ever letting him play. And that worked out so well because not only is he a very physically talented player, that would have never changed, but the biggest thing is that right out of the gate, he didn't make mistakes. He just knew how to read NFL defenses, and I think that is something that would help Mac Jones as well, even though that's his stronger attribute there, decision-making. I feel like obviously it can get even better with time and practice and building his confidence as well. There's so many pros to waiting till 2022 to play Mac Jones, and that's what I'd prefer. So right now we're taking a look at the depth chart, my quarterback depth chart. I made a video on this you can go check out. But this is how I have it. Cam Newton at number 1, Jarrett Stidham at number 2. If Cam Newton doesn't play good with this roster, they will likely bring in Jarrett Stidham, and that's what I would hope they would do. Not Mac Jones, but Jarrett Stidham, because we can afford to lose Jarrett Stidham. We can afford for his confidence to get shot. We can afford to lose the opportunity to have him as a player. But when you draft a quarterback in the first round that has as strong of decision-making and accuracy that Mac Jones has, he has the ability to be an NFL starting quarterback and a good NFL starting quarterback one day. You don't want to waste that talent by putting him in a position that's not going to be good for him, that's going to lower his confidence and overall affect his career forever if he has a bad year potentially. There is examples of players having a bad rookie season and still just being great. Peyton Manning, for one, he threw a lot of interceptions those first couple years. He did throw a lot of touchdowns too, so I wouldn't call it a complete failure, but it was just the decision-making wasn't as great, and for every touchdown there was an interception as well. So it was okay, it was kind of neutral, but he needed to get rid of those turnovers, and he did. And sometimes that just does not happen that way. Sometimes guys keep throwing interceptions and their confidence lowers more and more and more, and they just can't really break that bug because of those reasons. The idea is that Mac Jones will never have those issues in the first place because we will bring him in the right situation. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. I wanted to talk about how my stance is specifically on Mac Jones. I'm very excited for training camp videos. That's going to be in about a month from now, or late July, I think. So we're getting closer and closer. That's when I'm going to be bringing more frequent videos. If you haven't noticed, I've been doing every other day or so. I'm trying to bring as many videos as I possibly can, but I'm failing to come up with ideas. So if you have any, let me know. Also, I'm excited for preseason, where I'm going to be bringing weekly highlights for each game. Also in the regular season, by the way, I will be doing that. Discussions for each game, player to watch. I'm going to start everything that I'm going to do in the regular season all the way in the preseason. So I'm so excited to do that with you guys. So excited for the future of this channel. Can't wait to watch Mac Jones in the preseason as well. I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. So please be sure to destroy the like button because it helps that YouTube algorithm out so much. You guys do an amazing job. Also, leaving a comment of any sort does as well. And also be sure to subscribe if you like the Patriots or my channel or anything. Be sure to do that. See you guys in the next video.